Outcome 6. I can recall principles for assigning names to ionic compounds and writing formulas for ionic compounds. So there's kind of two outcomes right there. So let's start with writing the chemical name for the ionic compound. Let's start with number 1. The first thing you need to do is you need to find obviously the metal, and you will write the metal in its full word, in its full name. CO, cobalt. So what I do is I write cobalt in its full word. It doesn't stop here. You need to figure out, as you look at cobalt, you'll notice that it has two different possibilities of charges, 2 plus or 3 plus. But so you need to take this in consideration. Now let's look at the second one. It's chloride. That's one of the common elements that you need to know by heart. Cl is chloride. And you know that chloride is a 1 negative. So the first thing you do is you write chloride. You finish its chlorine, and you change the ending with ide in the second metal, in the non-metal, sorry, not the metal, but in the non-metal, you would change the ending. But you know that this one is -1, and you know that the cobalt, but there are 2 atoms of chloride. So you need to figure out which one you actually used for cobalt. Did you use the 2 plus or did you use the 3 plus? You have 2 atoms, so 2 times -3 or -1, sorry, is -2. Because it's -2 to balance out the equation, you would use the 2 plus. How would you write it down? You would put cobalt brackets, and you would put 2 in Roman numerals, chloride. So cobalt 2 chloride. Let's do the second one, Au. Let's find Au. Au is right here. It's gold. So you write down gold. Gold. And then you find the second. You find the non-metal. Here, the non-metal is a NO3. NO3 is a polyatomic ion, meaning it's made of more than one element. So you go find it in the polyatomic ion chart. You'd find it right here, NO3. And it is nitrate. So you would write down nitrate. You wouldn't write down nitride. You do not change the ending for polyatomic ions. So I would write gold nitrate. But again, we need to figure out which gold was used, because gold had more than one option, I believe. Let's just go check. Did gold have more than one option? It's either 3 plus or 1 plus. Nitrate is 1 minus, so 1 negative. So let's write 1 negative. And how many atoms of nitrate did I have? I had 3, so -1 times 3 equals -3. To balance out the compound, I would need the 3 minus. I hope you guys agree. I would need the 3 minus, meaning I would write here, I would write gold in Roman numerals. I would put 3, so I would have gold 3 nitrate. The third one, Cu. Cu is found right here. It is copper. So I will write the metal in its full form. So I write copper. And hopefully you know what the nonmetal is. The nonmetal is oxygen. Oxygen, you take the ending of oxygen and you transform it into oxide. So oxide. Is it done? Not quite. We still need to figure out the charge. Oxygen, if you know what the charge is, it is 2 negative. And I only have 1 atom. So 2 negative times 1 atom equals -2. Well, copper, I have 2 atoms. And the options for copper are 2 plus or 1 plus. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, so that wouldn't balance out the equation, although 2 times 1 is 2. So here we would have the 1 plus. So it would be copper oxide. If it's only 1, you do not need to write it in Roman numerals. So you would not do brackets 1 like that. You would only do it if it's bigger than 1. So you do not do that. You would just write copper oxide. Do not need that. Let's go to the next part. So the next part, you need to write down the proper chemical formula using the chemical name. So let's go to the next page, and let's do 4. So let's do we'll probably just do 1 or 2. So first of all, iron 3 sulfide. Iron. You need to know iron. The element is Fe. So you would write down Fe. The metal goes first. How many atoms? I don't know yet. Although I do know that the charge is 3 plus, and so I will write 3 plus up here. Sulfide. Sulfide is sulfur. Sulfur is a nonmetal. It's found here. So I write down, again, once more, I write down the S. And what do? It's 1 minus, so I just put the negative here. The next thing I do is very simple. I do a crossover version. So I cross over the charges like that. So now I would have Fe negative 1, and I would have S3 positive. Next step, I eliminate the eliminate the charges. So I would have Fe1 S3. Next part, I eliminate the ones, or I simplify to its simplest form. Here, 1 and 3 is its simplest form. You cannot go smaller than 1, but you do not need to write 1. We just assume that 1 is there. So my formula is written as Fe S3, and it's an ionic compound, so it's in solid form. I need to indicate that as well. So this is the crossover version. And let's just do one more. Let's see if we got room. Zinc chloride. So zinc is, let's go find zinc. Where are you, Zinkster? Oh, right here, right here. 2 plus. We know it's 2 plus. Let's write 2 plus. Chloride we know is 1 negative. So you do the crossover. So you have zinc, 1, chloride, 2. You eliminate the ones, you eliminate the charges. And what do you got? You got zinc, chloride, 2, and then you put solid because it is an ionic compound. You could try the number 6 by yourself, and then you could practice, and hopefully you get this. Thanks.